welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a minute since I've been here. I do apologize. Life has been crazy. So yeah, today I'm doing a chit chat, get ready with me. I asked you guys over on Instagram to submit some questions and you guys did, so I'm answering the ones that I got, and I accidentally think I left out a few because I got distracted by doing my makeup, so apologies if your question was left out. But this is the final look. This is the look I'm going to be doing today. This is a full coverage, full beat look, and I have others that aren't this intense on my channel, and I have a few videos planned coming up where it will be different, but these are my everyday holy grail products if I'm doing a full face of makeup. This is what I wear. I say in the video, but I've strayed away from eyeshadow lately, and so today was my first time putting it on probably in months, and I'm okay with that. So also I just self-tanned, and it's a new self-tanner, so we are trying this out today. So if I look a little bit darker than my face, it's because my makeup doesn't match, and you know what? We're gonna roll with it. I'm not ashamed because I'm a pale girl at heart. So, and also this backlight behind the camera washes me out very much. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. It's a chit chat, get ready with me Q&A featuring my everyday full coverage look with my holy grail products. And if you want to see this look, just keep on watching. So I'm going to start with the Soap & Glory One Heck of a Blot Instant Perfecting Power Primer. This is probably hands down one of my most favorite primers that I've ever used. I feel like it kind of mattifies my skin, but also doesn't, I don't know, still gives me some dew. I don't know how to explain it. It's just like the perfect primer, and reminds me a lot of the Fenty one actually. This is considered drugstore, and I'm obsessed with it. I've gone through a few bottles already. Casey Holmes told me about it, obviously. So yeah, and then after my primer, I usually forget this step, but I try to remember. It's the NYX First Base Primer Spray, or NYX, however you want to say it. I know the right way, I just can never remember which one it is. I just spritz it all over after the primer and kind of dab it in, let that set for a minute. And since this is a Q&A, I asked you guys for questions and I took them down, so I'm gonna do my best to answer them while I do my makeup. I'm using the NARS, oh crap, which one is this? I can never remember. Oh, Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation in the shade L2 Mont Blanc. I am obsessed with this foundation. A little goes a long way. I forget that my mirror's not undone here. So the first question I got was where I grew up. So I was born at a hospital, Marietta, but I grew up in Ellijay, which is in North Georgia, if you don't know. It's a pretty small town up near the North Georgia mountains, like on your way to Blue Ridge, if you're from around here. If not, that will probably make no sense to you. But I moved from Ellijay to like Canton Woodstock area when I was in first grade, and we've been here ever since, other than like me going to college and then moving into the city and all that. So yeah, I've been here however many years that is since then. I make sure to always blend down onto my neck. I feel like in the viewfinder I look very like white right now. I don't know if it's because I just tried this new self-tanner and it's developing or what, but I promise I'm gonna bronze it up, and usually I'm normally this pale. Next up is my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. I do shade Light Sand. I'm absolutely obsessed with this concealer. I've gone through a few bottles of it already, but each one lasts like 6 months, especially if you only put a little bit. And I used to like cake this shit on my face, like would do the full triangle with Tarte Shape Tape, and like the other parts of my face, and then I quickly realized that a little goes a long way. It's very thick and that it can last forever if you make it. So then I use the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Dark Circle Eraser Concealer to cover any blemishes, go down the bridge of my nose and on my forehead. After my concealer, I use the Maybelline Fit Me Loose Finishing Powder. I find that honestly I like this better than the Laura Mercier powder, and it's a hell of a lot cheaper. So what I will do is I will take some of the powder and just dab my beauty blender into it and go right under my eyes for baking. Sorry, I gotta like look down into my mirror at times. I know that looks crazy. If you're not familiar with baking, then you're probably like, what the hell is this girl doing? The wind right now outside is going nuts. Okay, and then I just take with a powder brush and some excess powder and kind of set my whole face with it and continue to let my eyes bake. This is just a IT Cosmetics brush called Airbrush Powder. I got it in a set. I don't remember when I bought it. After I let it bake, I take this Morphe Y11 brush and I just kind of brush it out from under my eyes. This is optional, but I do it when I want a full coverage look. I use a pressed powder just all over my face. This is the Hello Flawless pressed powder by Benefit. I've had it forever and I'm running low, and so I'll just dab my brush into it, kind of go all over my face, give it a little bit more of an even tone. Wow, this light is just washing me out. When I look in the mirror, like, I'm not that white, but I feel like when I look into the camera, I literally look like a ghost, especially up next to my arm. Okay, and then I will take the NYX Matte Finishing Setting Spray, which is my ride or die, tried and true go-to setting spray. I won't use anything else now besides the Morphe one because I've learned that this does a better job than a lot of the high-end expensive ones. So why pay like $20-something for a setting spray? We can get this for like less than 10. And then I dab it in with my beauty blender. It really melts everything together and makes sure that you don't look too cakey, or that there's not like a powder just like sitting on your face. And I'll do that a few times through. Next question was my college life, I guess, like where I went to college, what I was involved in, things like that. Before I answer that question, let me get to the next step. This is so extra, but first I just take a bronzer and I just will bronze up my whole face and not really like contour. So my college life, I actually really wanted to go to SCAD to be a fashion designer, and I'd gotten in and I had received scholarships, and like it was my dream. And my family and I got to talking and ended up deciding that it probably wasn't financially the best decision, because if you don't know, art school is very expensive. So I ended up not going, but kind of made a deal with my family that if I went to a regular whole college and got my degree in like business or something that would always be useful, then I could go to grad school at SCAD and get my master's in fashion design because it's only 1 year, and it's more expensive than 1 year undergrad, but it's only 1 year. So I made that deal thinking that I was still going to do that. And I ended up going to Kennesaw because by this time I had really no other options left. Everyone had already, like, you couldn't submit more college applications, or the ones that I had all applied to, like, I either got in and, like, did not want to go to that school, or I got rejected. And so my only option was good old Kennesaw State University, and I told everyone, like, you will never find me there. I will never go to school there. That's a Cherokee County high school. Everyone goes there. And then I ended up having to go there, and I ended up actually really liking it. I joined a sorority my freshman year. I still am, an AOPI. I had the best time my freshman year, and when I originally started there, I was like, I'm gonna transfer out after like a semester or a year and go to UGA. Like, I'm leaving, like, I'm not staying. Now, next up, Park Avenue Princess, and I'm gonna use the shade Princess Cut to contour. So I told myself, like, I would transfer out after a year and go to UGA. You know, had this whole plan, and then I ended up just really making a lot of friends and falling in love with how close I was to home. I, at the time, was an intern for North Point Ministries, which is a church with a ton of campuses around here. And I had been going there, and I still go there whenever I'm able to, since I was in like 3rd or 4th grade, or maybe 5th. And so I'd gone there my entire middle and high school career, and when I went to college, they offered me an internship with them because I don't know, I'd expressed interest in all of it. And so I was an intern my freshman year and was in a sorority. I was undeclared, and then I decided, okay, I'll claim business or whatever. Never even got into a business class before I decided I wanted to be a social worker. And so I changed my major to human services, and I took a few classes, and then I realized I would get way, way, way too attached if I was working for DFACS or working with children. Like, I would just get too attached, and I couldn't do that to myself. So I was like, what else do I love to do? And I decided I was going to be an event planner, wedding planner, or something. So I majored in communications, and I was going to do a concentration in, I don't even know what, and be an event planner. And I, you know, got a new job. I was working retail for a while, and then I got a new job, what's it called? With a company doing event planning. Well, I'm not going to say where that was, but it wasn't what I had it all cracked up to be. So after a while there, I left to be a nanny, and I changed my major to journalism because I was going to be a magazine editor. And I was like, this is perfect. This ties my love for fashion and beauty and all that into my, what's it called? My passions or whatever. My passion and my career is kind of tying everything together. And so, pause. I now take the NYX matte bronzer with this Wet n Wild. It's a contouring brush, but I use it to just kind of give some more depth to the contour. So then I decided I'm going to be a journalism major. And I applied and got an internship with Jezebel Magazine, which is where I work now full-time, and I've been there for over a year. And I started taking summer classes and taking full 18-hour loads because I was like, I want out of here. I'm done with college. I just want to be in the real world. I want to have this job, like, blah, 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 blah. So I took summer classes and evening classes, and I hustled my way out of school in 3 years, I think. I don't really remember. Now I'm back in that Park Avenue Princess using the Enhance just to brighten up some areas after I had bronzed and contoured, especially under the eyes. So then I graduated in December of 2016. It's now been almost 2 years since I've been out of college. And right after college, just blending all this in, I went on a 2-week road trip with my best friend from Seattle to LA, and then came home, still didn't have a job, and I kept trying and trying and trying. I was getting nowhere, so I just worked in a restaurant for a while until I eventually found a job in PR, and then after a few months there, my current job as magazine editor reached out and said they had a position open, and I made the switch. More of that setting spray. The same person that asked about my college life had also asked how I got into my career, and I kind of touched on it, but basically I got an internship with the company where I work now, and unfortunately when I graduated they didn't have any job openings, but I kept in touch and I expressed how badly I wanted to be there, and so when something came available they made sure to let me know, and that's how I ended up there. I'm going to use the Wet n Wild Color Icon blush in Apricot in the middle with a MAC blush brush. So any advice for those of you still in school, or maybe you have put a hold on school, or whatever your case may be, if you have a dream company or a dream career or something that you are so like passionate and adamant about being a part of, and that you are like, I don't want to work anywhere else if it's not here, get an internship. Whether that's with them or their competitor or someone that like is gonna stand out, apply to as many internships as you possibly can. I will tell you that I would not have my job today if I didn't have that internship. I might, but all the girls that I work with, we all were interns for them at some time, and so they kind of keep us in the back of their mind when they're hiring people, because they've seen our work, they know that we know the company and are familiar with things, and so it's just easier to hire people that kind of already know, kind of already know what they're doing and all that good stuff. So that is how I got my job with them. But yeah, I've been there for over a year now. I love what I do. I basically just literally edit magazines. I'm in charge of 3 books right now. We call them books, and they're in the DC and the LA area, so I don't actually work on the Atlanta books, but I work out of the Atlanta office. So now this is one of my new favorite products. I got it in like a swag bag or something. I honestly don't remember, but it's by Trestique, and I've used their products before and I love them. And this is a Define Sculpt and Set brow pencil, and it's in the shade Espresso. So the top is a pencil and then the bottom has the gel, and I use these 2 products whenever I do a full coverage look anyway, so it's nice to have them combined into one. If you don't know, I got my eyebrows microbladed, and while they look great, like there's nothing on them right now and I love them, whenever I do a full coverage look, especially when I have a photo shoot or I'm going to be taking photos, just not even, you know, whatever, they look a little bit faint because I do have so much makeup on and my hair is dark, so I will fill them in and set them with a brow gel just to make sure that like I don't look like I have no eyes, because I've kind of strayed away from eye makeup, like eyeshadow as well. So now I'm just going to fill in my brows super quick. I'm taking the matte pink pot in Soft Ochre and an e.l.f. Concealer brush. And I'm just going to pack it on my lids a little bit. I don't want too much of this because a little bit does go a long way. This stuff and this brush is great if you're ever doing a cut crease. I don't, because I don't have the patience or the time, if we're just being honest. Now I'm using Urban Decay's Foxy eyeshadow. It's just a single one, and then an IT Cosmetics Airbrush shadow brush to just kind of set my lid, make sure that there will be no creasing, and set this primer. Today I'm going to be using the Morphe 15D Day Slayer eyeshadow palette. I love Morphe shadows. Honestly, they're probably hands down my favorite eyeshadows. Okay, so I'm just going to go in with the shade Natural, and next I'm going to go in with the shade Editor right here in the middle, and just a light blend of this. I don't want too much in it. And I'm going to concentrate on the outer corner. This is the Morphe E17, and I'm going to go in with Epic down here and concentrate in the outer corner as well, closest to the lash line. Someone also asked, I really forgot that I was doing a Q&A. Someone asked if I had to choose eyeshadow or lipstick, and I would hands down choose lipstick because I, have strayed away from eyeshadow lately, but also I feel like if you wear eyeshadow, then you need something on your lips, whereas if you wear lipstick, you don't necessarily need anything on your eyes. And then, before I forget, another question that I had was, what's your favorite part about being a toaster? And if you don't know what this means, then pause this video right now, search The Morning Toast on YouTube, and watch one of those episodes, and then you can come back and you will understand. If you are a toaster, and I know that sounds so freaking weird, but if you watch The Morning Toast and you're in the Facebook groups, then you'll know what I'm talking about. But now I'm just blending with that same brush. My favorite thing about being a toaster, hands down, is the community and just like being able to meet people and like, you know, find people with common interests and ask questions, because you can Google search a lot of stuff, but it's easier if you just have someone that's like, oh yeah, been there, done that, I have an answer for you. So that's probably my favorite part. Now for my lid, I'm just using this L'Oreal Infallible eyeshadow in Iced Latte. I've used this for like the longest time. It's a great lid shade, especially if you just want to pop on something on your lid and not do a lot. I'm actually going to spritz my brush with some setting spray to really pack the color in. I also got a question about when I started blogging and how long I've been doing it. I actually started my blog back in college, probably in like 2015. And I did it with my roommate at the time, and it was like a collaborative thing, and then we just got too busy and kind of like stopped doing it. And then I realized I needed a creative outlet, and I kind of kept up with it by myself. And now I took probably like a year off and picked it back up right after I graduated in like 2017, around May of then. So it's been over a year, but I probably didn't like really truly take it like super seriously until January or February of this year, when I was on the job hunt, and then I had my job in PR, and I was like, I just don't feel fulfilled in my career, and I'm not like, things aren't being creative, or you know, I just needed something to do and to be creative with. So yeah. And then I will take my setting spray and spray again. The last step for the face is highlighter. And my favorite is the Wet n Wild Moon Tears, and this was limited edition from last year. But they have a new one out, and I believe it's like the Zodiac. It's their loose, like finely milled highlighter. Like, damn. This in a subscription box, and I actually really like it. It's the Hourglass Caution Extreme Lash Mascara, and the brush on this, or the wand, is like the perfect size for my lower lashes. So now I'm gonna do this really quick. I have to get up close to the mirror. So that is the final like face makeup, and now I'm going to do my lip for the day. So first I'm going to start, I have Aquaphor on my lips from earlier, but I'm going to use the Kat Von D Lolita Everlasting lip liner. So I take my lip liner and I do my entire lip with that liner, and now I'm going to take the Winky Lux X Betches collaboration Happy Pill Chill Pill pack or whatever, and it comes like, you can change the top so either one can be whatever, but this is the Lip Velour lipstick in the shade Meow. As you can tell, I've been using the crap out of it. The Give Them Lala Beauty in the shade The Affair. It's a lip gloss, it's my favorite. Alright, so this is the finished product. I am headed off to a photo shoot today, shooting a lot of fall, winter, holiday content for you guys. And I hope you enjoyed my Q&A. I'd like to do more of these, so next time I ask on Instagram, please submit your questions again. I feel like this is a good way for us to get to know each other, and I like knowing things about you guys, and I'm sure you would like to know things about me, because I know that the people that I follow, I want to know things about them. Is that being nosy, or is that just how like we are these days? I don't know, but that's just how I am. So I love filming this video for you guys. I enjoy showing you guys a little bit of a glimpse into my personal life, things you may not know or see from Instagram by itself. So yeah, if you like this look, give this video a thumbs up. Leave a comment down below with a question maybe that I'll answer in my next Q&A, or any video ideas that you would like me to do. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.